Hey guys, how's it going? My name's always and welcome to what may very well be the final episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh boy, we have a lot of work to do today. So I'm going to get right into it, but last time we did make the creative energy, no, the creative portable tank. I don't know why I started to say energy cell. Creative portable tank, which is currently over here. Might take a little bit to load up because I'm currently farming a bunch of octuple compressed obsidian. And I don't know if my computer can handle it with, yeah, there's a lot of guys over there. But yeah, we have our creative portable tank right here, pumping infinite amounts of essence to our farm. So it's awesome. And everything is working great. So let's get out of here. So yeah, we are very close to being done with this series, and I figured let's go ahead and just finish it off. We need to make a handful of items. In fact, I have them all right here. Everything is prepped in terms of like what we need to make. So if we look at the achievement book, there is a bunch of things that we need to make that are creative items. And something I like doing is whenever I make creative items, I like keeping one of them. Even if I don't ever use it, I like keeping one of them. So we're going to need infinite oxygen supply, infinite a creative air compressor, creative energy cell, let's just use it in the book, creative AE energy cell. We made the creative portable tank, creative infinite energy and steam from Magnacraft, creative turbine steam generator, creative compressor. We've made the creative dimension builder, creative infinite oxygen, so that's the infinite oxygen supply, as well as we need to also make the Sword of the Cosmos and the Longbow of the Heavens. Now, the Sword of the Cosmos, we already have everything, we just need to get all the stuff. And I've done math. So if my calculations are correct, we need 41 Chaos Ingots. And we're going to need a total of, including what's needed to make the Chaos Ingots, 334 Chaos Catalysts and 642 Chaos Cores, if my math is correct. Hopefully it is. Now, that last one is a little bit of an annoyance. So if we look at the Chaos Cores, we need 641 more, so 641. And that's going to require a ton of stuff. More neutronium, more nether stars. Not actually that many nether stars, which is kind of nice. But we need 600 chaos shards, so I gotta go do some farming with that. So we have a lot of work to do, and hopefully this episode is gonna be a lot of me doing things off camera. And speaking of which, one of the things I've been working on off camera is our Draconium setup. So we have a pulverizer here that's fully upgraded to the point where it's ridiculously fast. And we have an extreme furnace that is powered. I decided to go with this option just because it was going to be the simplest and doesn't require anything special. So for example, we could use a pulverizer, not pulverizer, a sag mill, Ender.io. We could use Ender.io's sag mill. It would be slower, would potentially give us more, but we'd have to feed it dark steel and do something about the cobblestone it generates. And then we could also use like redstone furnaces and all that kind of stuff, but extreme furnaces are just as simple and honestly require a little bit less work. So all we need to do now is set up the export bus, tell it to export Draconium ore, and give it a whole bunch of speed upgrades. And as you can see, it's going to just go off. Now, we're probably going to want... Honestly, we don't really need anything else for this. We just need to extract this stuff and put it in here. So yeah, I did a little bit of this off camera, but it's fine. And then we're going to want to grab some speed upgrades. And that should be completely automated. And it's obviously going to back up, but that's okay. So that is pretty good Draconium automation. And so now let's start working on, so we don't need the pulverizer anymore. Let's start working on the prep work. So all of this stuff we're going to need to make. And something else I'm going to do, so this episode is going to be a lot of work for me off camera, like I said. I'm going to get rid of all the torches on all of these platforms. That's something I'm going to kind of do between cuts as we kind of get stuff done. I'm going to finish up the smoky quartz here as well. But first thing we need to do is start populating this stuff and kind of seeing what all we're going to need. So let's start with the infinite oxygen. This is actually something I think we can go ahead and make. It requires an infinity catalyst and a bunch of infinity stuff. And something we're going to need, so we're going to need some infinity stars. So let's just get a bunch of infinity things. We're going to need one catalyst. And it's going to go ahead and make that. We'll take all of the infinity blocks we currently have. And should not be too long before it makes what we need. There we go. I love that automation. That automation is so nice. So infinite oxygen supply is the first thing we're going to do. So it's 3 on every little section. And I'm gonna set you guys through all of these recipes because why not? They're kind of cool. So a infinity star in the corners, and I think the catalyst goes in the middle. So what else are we gonna need for this guy? We're gonna need a lot of interesting things, and some things that we're gonna have to go get. So oxygen storage modules, oxygen collectors, and sealers, and a bunch of things. We're also going to need compressed dark iron, which we should have. I'm going to keep these 2 stacks of infinity ingots on me because we're going to use them. So dark iron, we have that. We need 4 of those. We're going to need HDPE sheets. HDPE. We have 2 of these. They're just the pellets in Enrichment Chamber, and I believe we have a bunch of the pellets down here. So we just need to find Enrichment Chamber. And how many of these are we going to need? Looks like 3, 6, 12. So 2 more, and then we'll make those as needed. Okay, so that is most of the stuff. So it's like this, I do believe. And then the dark iron is in the sides. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to need oxygen storage modules times 12. Okay. That should not be too bad. Let's just go ahead and get all of this other stuff if we can. So oxygen storage modules are going to require some things we don't have. Looks like it was compressed steel. Yes, compressed steel. So let's get a bunch of those. And then heavy oxygen tanks. We're going to need a ton of those. And those, unfortunately, do not... okay, those are going to take a little bit of time to make. So, we'll add that to the list of things to make off camera. So, you know what? Let's grab a bunch of workbenches. Or crafting tables, whatever. And... Let's get like let's get a half a stack. Let's get a few more. Crafting, and these I will clean up, so don't worry about that. But we're gonna turn them all into crafting stations. And where do I want to do this? I guess right over here. So this is things we'll prep. So we have we're gonna need 12. Of these, and that is not too bad. So these are going to require the 12 heavy oxygen tanks as well. So that is, what, 36 heavy oxygen tanks? And so let's just get that taken care of. And then we're going to need red wool. And can I make that fairly easily from normal wool? I certainly can. And then we can duplicate it. Just get a bunch of it. And then 10 canisters is the last thing. So maybe let's go ahead and try to make all this. I'm going to try my hardest to kind of do as much of this stuff, because I don't think we've made some of these things. So 10 canisters are what? Of course, it is compressed tin. So do I have a little bit of that. So we duplicate a bunch of it, and that's fine. So we're going to need 36. So let's just do something like this. And okay, I'm so glad those stack. Oh, we need a lot more than that. Let's get a lot more. So 1, 2, 3, and then we need more. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That is all we need. And the question is, oh my gosh, do these stack? They do not. So I'm going to make one of these, and then I will make the rest of those off camera, and that will be something we kind of finish up. So, okay, what else do we need for this guy? We're going to need crystals. That is going to be a pain, but you've seen me get that kind of stuff before. I don't think I have, I have palladium crystals, I have crystal ingots. I might need to go get some crystal ore. I have a little bit, but that's not too big of a problem. I'll do that off camera completely, because that's kind of annoying. These oxygen concentrators are non-craftable. So I'll tell you guys what, all of this stuff, most of it is not that hard to make. It's just a lot of Galacticraft stuff. So I will go ahead and do all the rest of that stuff off camera. Just because, like I said, I want to get through as much of this stuff as I can. And so we'll just throw this stuff in here. In fact, I might teach the system how to make it, because that would probably be easier. Yeah, honestly, that's going to be a lot easier. So let's do that. So if I want, like, so I'll do that between cuts. So that is the first one. The next one is the creative air compressor. That is this guy right here. This also requires crystals. Chaos ingots, we're going to need black plastic. So some of the stuff we can get, I'll need to make some of it myself. But let's go ahead and make black plastic. Alright, that's good for now. And start getting this taken care of. So the creative air compressor requires 3 like so, and 3 here. And you kind of get the idea. We just have to go through all of this stuff and get as much of it as we can. Advanced air compressors I'll make in a little bit. So a lot of this stuff is not that hard. It's just kind of... ooh, we need to do that though. So we can take... We'll look into that in once I do a little bit of off-camera work. So we need some compressed iron, some transistors, a lot of the stuff we can't make, and then the ME gas storage components. So we have a good number of those. Those go around the center, and we're gonna need with that another portable tank. So I'll have to set that up. Now I'm not gonna have you guys watch me set all this stuff up, but you kind of get the idea. We're just gonna go through and see what all is difficult. So like the compressed iron and all that isn't too bad. We just have to pick it up, and I think we only need 4 of them, and they go in the cardinal directions. Cool. So that one's not too bad. Next is Creative Turbine, the steam. So that is this guy, and that requires infinite steams. We'll get to those. Ludicrate blocks, turbine housings, we can make those. Air canisters from Pneumaticraft are pretty straightforward. More infinity stars, printed circuit boards. A lot of the stuff is pretty straightforward and easy. I just need to go like make a stack of it, and then set this all up. Now this is the ones we're gonna get that are gonna get interesting. We need 5 infinite steams, so we need 5 of these. The reason being, these are used for other things. So these will have 4 of them in the steam turbine, and that's kind of annoying. So this is going to require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a 5th one for our extra. So we're going to need a bunch of infinity catalysts. I will craft those in a little bit. Ultimate thermodynamic conductors, thermopiles. A lot of this stuff is pretty easy because it's EMCable. Those are really easy to make. Don't see anything that's going to cause us too much issues. But yeah, like a lot of this stuff will just go EMC. And so I'll gather up a bunch of that, and then we'll set this stuff up. And then we're going to need 21 of these, and that's going to require a ton of Draconic energy cores and HV capacitors, because the creative infinite energy are used to make the applied energistics. We need 4 of those, and we need 5 of those to make the energy cells. So, and we're going to need a bunch of lumium and stuff like that. So for now, there's one thing we can go ahead and make, and that's Longbow the Heavens. This is actually straightforward and easy. So we can go ahead and do that. Let's get a piece of wool, and we'll start with that at least. And what was it? Oh no, we need a lot of wool. It's the crystal matrix ingot that or crystal matrix block thing that we only need 1 of. So Longbow the Heavens, that goes there. How far does it go? 3 and then 2. And then wool down here. Perfect. So there is the Longbow of the Heavens. We're going to break this completely, because we don't need it anymore. And the Longbow of the Heavens is a pretty good weapon. We need arrows. Oops. And we're going to just test it out a little bit. There is some animals over here, I think. Oh, that is really cool. So it rains arrows down wherever it shoots. That's really cool. And it's also really powerful. That's cool. Okay. Not that it's more powerful, like, it probably does infinite damage. I don't know if it's more powerful than the crossbow we have, but that's really cool. We're gonna throw it in here. And FYI, just so you guys know, I don't really plan on getting rid of these, like, all these chests and stuff. Most of the base is going to look the same. I'm just going to get rid of all the torches. That's the plan. So I will tell you guys what. I am going to do a lot of off-camera work, starting to collect all the items we're going to need. And I'll come back. I'll try not to make anything. If it's not EMCable, I'll just gather up the materials to make it. So for example, we're going to make this Phoenix Down. That's EMCable, so I'm just going to go grab it from the EMC. But like the Nether Star generators, I'll probably teach the system how to make this, and then we'll make the transfer. Actually, those are EMCable. So some of the stuff we'll kind of look at, and other things, not so much. I might craft it on camera, I might not. But we're going to place all the blocks in manually, because why not? Anyways, I'll be back once we have a little bit of that done. Alright, so a good bit later, and I have a lot of work done, but there's still a ton to do. So one thing I should note, I made a little bit of a mistake on my math. I can speak. I've been at this for a couple hours now. We don't need 334 catalysts, we need 354. I missed 20 catalysts, chaos catalysts, so that's also going to increase the number of chaos cores we need by 20. And the secret was in here. We need solar panel 12s, and those require chaos catalysts. Everything else here is not too bad, and I believe we've made these before, so it's not that big of a deal. We'll get to some of the problems soon enough. But before we do anything else, we're going to make all of this stuff. So I set up some recipes. I said I was going to do this off camera. I changed my mind. But we can just get all of this stuff taken care of. So there's the oxygen sealers. We're going to need 8 of these guys. There's the oxygen collectors. Most of the stuff is EMCable. And then oxygen compressors. So this is all for the infinite oxygen supply. We take these, and we should be able to put most of this here. So the only thing we'll be missing is the crystal clusters, which will get, or crystals rather, which we'll be getting to soon enough. So let's go ahead and get this taken care of. Oxygen sealers, collectors, compressors. Sealers, compressors, and then the last thing is these oxygen concentrators, which go around. Okay. So all we need is the crystals for the infinite oxygen supply. We can go ahead and get rid of this chest. And so I've been using the chest just as kind of storage for all the items. The only exceptions is the chaos ingots, because we've made those before. I've got all of that stuff in there, as well as the creative portable tank. There's still a couple things I need to go make, but it requires me going to the Erebus, and I'm going to put that off for a little bit. I don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and get the crystals, and we're just going to use our palladium crystal system. So I believe, I can remember, I think they go in here. And we're going to try doing 8 and see how many crystals we get. So that's going to start running, and you know, I also wonder, is this still going? No, we've processed all of our draconium. That's kind of cool. So we'll see how many crystals we get. Let's just do a stack, and hopefully that is enough. We need 16 crystals, crystals, in total, and at some point those will show up, I'm sure. I do have plenty more crystal stone, but those aren't showing up yet. Oh, that's not active. Huh. Oh, right, because I wanted it to be taken care of. Alright, so we're going to need, what? How many for this? Just 4? So let's go ahead and take those 4. We're going to need the other 16 for the compressor. But this will allow us to make the infinite oxygen. And there is the first item. Oh, man. So, well, technically the second, but whatever. So, infinite oxygen from Galacticraft. Checked off. Let's go ahead and break this. And we can get to the next thing. So I am going to put these, let me put these in here. And we're going to run into some pretty big issues very soon. But next is the creative air compressor. I have some more stuff for this. And I got to remember how this goes. But we're not going to be able to get too much closer. Oh, I forgot about the advanced air compressors. So we need to make the advanced pressure tubes. And that's something we'll have to look into, making sure I can actually do that. I forgot about that. So this is where the crystals also go. These all go down here. And then it's something like this. Okay. So let's see if we can't get the advanced tubes. So the advanced tubes, we're going to need, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to need 10 advanced pressure tubes. So 2 sets of that. And we have 2 options. So let's get the advanced pressure tubes. Pressure tubes on here so we can kind of look at them. So with the laser program, with IO unit, 2 IO units, a laser, and a platform, we need pressure chamber valves. 20 of those will make 8. So I believe that is the current thing we have. Otherwise, we changed the program, and some other stuff. But we can get the pressure chamber valves pretty easily. If we don't have, we do have them here. And so we're just going to need 40 of these. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and craft these together and get that done. So once this is obviously powered up with coal, so we're going to go grab some more coal and get that going. And we'll come back to that before I cut away to do a bunch more work. So I put an upgrade on this guy for getting more plastics and all that. So everything else in here we can't really do yet. We're going to need the rest of the crystals, and then a creative portable tank and the chaos ingots. So if we have the 12 crystals, we can be done with that, which we do. I'm going to let that run, and we'll have extra crystals in case we want them / need them. But yeah, these go here, and we can get rid of this. Cool. So the next thing, actually, let's keep that chest on us. So most of the stuff we're not actually going to be able to make. The infinite oxygen supply is probably the only thing we're going to currently make. Creative steam turbine. We have a bunch of things here. So this one, transistors go all the way around except for in the cardinal directions. So something like this. Then we have turbine housings surrounded by ludicrate, like so. And most of the stuff was pretty easy. 4 infinity stars, and then 4 printed circuit boards. And then we need some air canisters, and I believe that's the next thing on here. So do these stack? They do not, but that's okay. So if you didn't catch that, the recipes for these is just pressure tubes, conductive iron, and compressed iron. Pretty easy. By the way, I also got rid of the torches on that platform. So slowly but surely. So these go here. And then the only thing remaining is the chaos ingots and the infinite steam, which is the next thing we're going to start prepping. So we can get rid of that chest. Do we have our valves yet? I've also been making a ton of unassembled PCBs because we need those too. So, or rather PCBs in general. So we need 10 of these, right? It's 10 for the, yes. And then we just need air compressors. And we're going to get a handful of these. Not too many, though, because we don't need that many. And we'll get advanced air compressors. So these things are... What is the difference? They are... they generate more and also produce heat. Higher the heat, lower efficiency. So you have to kind of take care of them a little bit more. But this one does not explode, which is nice. But not something I really care about because we're going to be making the creative air compressor. And if we want to use it, we can. So that recipe is done except for the hard items. So next is the infinite steam. And this one is a pain. But not as much as the next one. So infinite steam, it's going to need a bunch of things that we don't currently have. So we have the 5 of those. Machine frames go in the corners. We're going to need, let's see, ultimate pressurized tube goes here. This one is such a mess, and I figured it's going to be easier to bring you guys in for this one. So it's something like this. And the thermodynamic things go here. Thermopiles, there's 2 there. And then where's the other ones? On the other side, of course. Most of the recipes are fairly symmetrical, which is nice. And then what's the next thing we have? The pressurized tanks go in the middle. And then infinite water, there's 3 sets of those. Those go next to these. And then we have a lot of things that's kind of weird. So we're going to need gas export buses. And a lot of things that are... I don't think I have anything over here to be crafted. Oh, no, I do. The superheating elements. Wrong thing. Superheating elements, which are here. We're going to go ahead and craft those. And then, in case you missed that recipe, it's just copper, redstone, and steel casings. Really, really easy. So, let's see. What is it we need to make? We need to make a bunch of ME gas export buses. Let's just make a stack of those. Let's tell it to make like 1,000 pistons. Or let's just tell it to make like 300? 100? We don't have any wood. So let's just get a bunch of wood. Didn't I have a sawmill a long time ago? Jungle wood. And we'll just get a bunch of this. I think I had a sawmill once a long time ago. Yeah, right here. We have a ton of wood. Oh, right, because I was processing the rubber wood. That's right. We'll throw that in there. And so we just grab all this. We can fly up here and hopefully make a bunch of pistons. Alternatively, maybe more intelligently, let's make 1 piston and just, you know, duplicate it a couple times. Pistons are so useful. Okay, so we have the gas export buses. That's going to be used a lot. We need gas level emitters as well, and anything else. Doesn't look like it. So gas level emitters. Just get like a stack of those. No problem. So now we get to kind of figure out where everything goes. So there's 3 here. With emitters on either side. Let's get things to a relatively nice way to put things. Just so it's a little bit easier. Then, okay, 4 more groups. So there's here and here. Is that right? Yes, and symmetrical on the other sides. And then these guys go up against, yes. And that should be all of those. And then we also have the superheating elements go there. And then the only other thing is the boiler valves, which I kind of forgot about. We're going to need boiler casings, and we'll go ahead and make those. So, boiler casings are steel and iron. We'll just make a stack of them because why not? And then we need, what, 20? 20 of the boiler valves. Advanced circuits, really? We can get that from here. And then duplicate. Okay. So let's get 20 of these. And that should be most of everything there. Okay, so I think everything else in there is the Infinity Catalyst, which we're going to need a lot of, and then the Chaos Catalyst in the middle. So yeah, that looks good. So the next thing is the Magnacraft Power. We need 21 of these. That is ridiculous. And this is also one of the worst recipes I've ever seen. For reasons we'll get to very soon. Now I'm going to work on some of this other stuff between this take and the next little segment. But we got to talk about a couple of these things. So I'm going to keep that there. So first of all, machine frames in the corners. And we need 21 of these. And that is what's so annoying about this, is just the sheer number of things we need. So next, we have the Quantum Entangle Lopers. We're going to need 4 of those. 84 in total. So I have them all already. But they do not stack. And that is really, really annoying. Then we're also going to need the reactors, which go here. And the last thing which I need to talk about is we need HV capacitors. The other thing is the energy tablets, which I have all 336 here. Both of these things were EMCable, but I'm going to need to, single stack all of these because that is how this game has to be. If these stacked, it would be a lot nicer, but they don't. They don't go in the corners, do they? No. And, whoops. Probably shouldn't do this with my pick, but whatever. Alright, so other things we have in there is a lot of draconic stuff. Draconic energy cores, draconic reactor injectors, laser focus matrices. So I'll kind of prepare that stuff in a little bit. But the big thing that I want to bring you guys in, because this is the first big problem we're going to have. This is all the creosote oil I have. It's 33 buckets worth. So the problem is we're going to need 9 stacks plus 12 of the HV capacitors. So 15 to a full stack. That is kind of a problem because we need a lot of this. And everything else is easy enough. Lead, steel, aluminum. But we need treated wood. So that is kind of where we're at. And if we want to get more treated wood, we can. It's just kind of expensive. Let's get as much as we can. And I'm going to need to get more treated wood. That is 100% going to happen. So let's get, there is 1 stack, 2 stacks, and I don't have enough to do any more stacks. So that is gonna be fun. So I need 7 more stacks of that. So I need to figure out a way to get creosote oil. What I'm thinking is I could use our creative tank. Or I could just make a new dimension and get that way. Either way, it really doesn't matter too much. But I'm not going to use coke ovens. That is for sure. I don't think there's any other ways to get creosote oil. So we'll have to play that one by ear. Anyways, let's get to the last, I guess, 2. So, and just kind of see where we're at. So first of all, we got to turn these HDPE pellets into rods. And then into plastisticks for the energy cell. So those go in the cardinal directions. This goes in the center. Infinity blocks go in the corners. And this, by the way, was a simple thing. It was already made. Like it's EMCable. Same with the redstone, the generators, 2 of the generators. We also need to make the nether star generators, which we'll get to. So lumium goes on the outside. And then redstone, so we have 4 of these and 3 of these heated redstone generators. Those go there. I know these go here. And then it's every other. So like that. Okay. So then the only thing left for the creative energy cell, we're going to need a lot of chaos ingots, the creative energy cells for the applied logistics, and then nether star generators. We're going to need 4 stacks of nether star generators. Everything else we can make, but if we can get those, we're going to need furnaces and unstable ingots blocks. We're going to need 4 stacks of this, so that's, let's just get like 500. That should be more than enough. It's just going to take a little bit of time. It's 500 times 9. Ugh, that's a lot. So we have the supplies. It's just, it's got to do that. And then we're going to need furnaces. 4 stacks of furnaces. If I can spell furnace, which is nice and cheap. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll throw an extra 1 in here. I won't actually. But everything else should be fine with that. So we'll let this craft. It's going to take some time. And we'll come back to that in a little bit. We're also going to need 4 and 32 of the, let's see, we're going to need 4 of the transfer node hybrid energy. And for the energy ones, we're going to need like half a stack. So let's get those. I'll keep most of these actually. Okay, so that should be pretty easy to do. Okay. And everything else is really complicated. We need to grab quartz so I can repair that. And then last thing is the creative applied energistics energy cell. We need 5 of these. So I have a bunch of things already. And then we can start working towards whatever else we need. And that's also going to be a problem. There is a lot of things in here that we don't have. So we need 5 of these. Not too bad, to be honest. The white gem things go here, and then the blue gems go at the bottom, mirrored to the red gem wafers. We already had those auto-crafted, so I just grabbed some. Redstone singularities go here. like so. And the dead center is ME controllers. Blocks go on the other side, and then the ingots. Let's see, let's split that in half. Are like so. There's somewhere else they must go. Oh, right, they go 2 down here. Alright, and then... Oh, I didn't even see those infinity blocks. I should have plenty of that. So 2 more of those. I didn't even notice those. Go down here. Okay. So that is not too much of a problem. This requires the solar panel 12s, which we'll get to. It also requires interfaces and cryostabilize. Those go here. So we need dense energy cells. And I'm just going to show you guys how to make one of those. We might make a stack of them, actually. Yeah, I'm going to get back to that later. So the energy cells, the dense energy cells, are normal energy cells, which are not too bad. Let's make... let's get some more Fluix dust. And let's get more quartz glass, just in case. Okay, so we get the energy cells. And let's just do 4 stacks of them. And that should come close. Okay, we need more Fluix dust. This stuff is so resource intensive, but it's not that bad just because we have plenty of resources. And then we can make the dense energy cells. Let's just make half a stack of those, and we're probably gonna need more, but you'll at least get the gist of like how they go. So 3 and 3. And then like so. So we're gonna need pretty much 5 stacks of those. So I will make those between this take and the next, and we'll have that ready. And then the last thing we're gonna need is 5 of the reactor controllers, and then refined glowstone. Refined glowstone is over here. What is these? I don't think I made those. I think I decided against it. But there is the refined glowstone. We had that just sitting around, so that was easy. And so now the only thing we have left is the reactor controllers, which we're going to need 5 of these. So we're going to need reactor frames. 5. Let's do like that many. Basic gas tanks, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then everything else should be fine. Does that have to be brown? No, just glass pane. Which, for whatever reason, we don't have any glass panes. So let's just get some glass panes. We should be able to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Perfect. So, yeah. At this point, I need to start making the Infinity Catalyst, the Chaos Catalyst, and then the Chaotic Cores, and then whatever else we need. So, like this thing, we're going to work on all of the capacitors. I'm going to figure out a way to get a bunch of creosote oil. I think, you know what, it's going to be kind of temporary. So I think what I'll do, let's try this on camera. And this is something I actually hadn't considered. Let's grab out of our bag World Breaker. because I don't know if we can pick up the tank. We'll try a couple things. So the other thing we can try is our crescent hammer. So can we? Oh, we can. Cool. And so I believe all we have to do, we got to get another bottle of creosote. Whoops. So I believe if we just set this down, I'll have to find some creosote, but we can test it with whatever. It's fire water, energized glowstone, molten shiny. Let's see. Would I happen to have any creosote lying around? Probably not. And I think I've gotten rid of most of the things. Most of the drums are gone. Okay. Let's just see. Bottle. No. But what we should be able to do, bucket. Ooh. Etching acid. Nope. We can just test it with milk. And if this works, then I'll get a bucket worth of. Yeah, so we just right click it with whatever bucket of liquid we want, and it will change. No problem. So I'm going to get some creosote oil. I'm going to get the HV capacitors and then start working on all of the other things. So if we need 662 chaotic cores, so 661, that's 620 chaos shards. So that's 31 chaos islands. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do that, and it's gonna take a while. So yeah, that's the plan. I will be back once I have more stuff ready. And this episode's gonna be long. Apologies, but we're gonna finish it today. So that's the plan. So I'll be back once I have more stuff done. Alrighty then. So after it's been 5 or 6 hours, I changed my mind. So my original plan was to finish the episode and finish the series today. That's not going to happen. And the main reason why that's not going to happen is this system right here. And specifically, crystallized redstone. We need on the order of 700 crystallized redstone because it's used both in the Infinity Catalyst and the Chaos Catalyst. Needing 350 Chaos Catalyst, we're going to need twice that in the crystallized redstone, and it's going to take some time. I'm going to have to let this run probably overnight, a couple nights to get all that, just with our system. It's not that it's a big deal, it's just slow. We get one every couple of minutes. So it just needs to run for a while. And I'm going to let that kind of go for some time. But, yeah, it's just not going to happen. And I don't want this to feel rushed. And the episode's already long enough as it is. So we will go ahead and do one more episode of the series. Next episode will be the final episode, though. So no more after this. We're going to move on to a different Project Ozone, which I'll talk about next episode. So a couple things. One, I've cleaned up more of the platforms. So all of these platforms, including this layer for just this one, have no torches. So I'm going to continue working on all that. I went ahead and got a couple more animated blocks. Specifically, I got one for unstable ingots and pink slime because those were annoying. And I went ahead and made 100 Infinity Catalysts, so that is what we need for. I gotta remember what we're using that for. It was the creative steam. So these are going to require 5 each. And so let's get something like this. And most of these are going to be, that's basically all we need. So all we need left for this guy is the 5 Chaos Catalysts. Obviously, we won't get to that today. I didn't set up any of the recipes for this guy, the Creative Infinite Energy. That's the Draconic Energy cores and all that. I'll probably need to go get more Draconium. I actually don't know how we're doing on Draconium. I haven't looked. But yeah, we've used all the Draconium. But we do have 5,000 Draconic cores, so hopefully we'll be able to do all that. Now, something that I was doing, and something that I want to show off, is various liquids. I have been making I have a system, actually it's not much of a system. I take the Creative Portable Tank off, and I grab a Draconium drum, and I have a bunch of different liquids that I've been collecting. And eventually I'll probably collect more. I ran out of Zephyrium Aerothium, so using that now. But basically I have all these liquids. I can fill Draconium drums, including plastic. And plastic was a fun one because that makes the PCBs, the advanced PCBs that we needed 300 of, which I've already went ahead and made, really easy to make because we have a Draconium drum full of plastic. So a lot of good things. I set up a redstone signal for this and put a bunch of speed upgrades in these. This thing goes relatively fast. I spent a good amount of time doing that. But you kind of get the idea. I have a lot of work to do. There's one last thing we are going to go ahead and do, and that is we need 4 stacks of nether star generators. So hopefully, oh no, I don't have enough wither skeleton skulls. That is not terribly good. Okay, that's actually not that bad. So this is for the creative energy cell. So we're going to want 2 more. There is 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stack, 4 stacks. Awesome. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I was a little concerned, but we had enough stuff. And then we're going to get all these guys. Oh my gosh. If I don't mess this up, I guess we just need to do it this way. 32 transfer nodes that will give 8 nether star generators, 8x nether star generators, and that's the 64, and those go here, I do believe. So the only things left we need for the energy cell are the chaos ingots and the creative energy cells. That's the applied energistics one. So yeah, have a lot of work to do still, but I'm gonna work on that between episodes. I'm nothing too major. I'll set up recipes for things that are kind of complicated, things that aren't. So for example, we're gonna need the draconic energy cores. We know how to craft those. We're gonna need a lot of them. I can teach I can deal with that. The reactor energy injectors, I will set that recipe up in a crafting table for the number we need. Same with like the laser focus matrix, and I think that's everything. I'll kind of verify, make sure there's nothing else that we're gonna need. I need to go to the Erebus still and go get those petrified wood things. But that is pretty much it. And then I need to go and collect a ridiculous amount of chaos shards. But all of that stuff is not too bad. So from here on out, it's mostly going to be resource collection, getting all of the draconium, and getting all of the parts we need for the chaos catalyst. That's the big thing. So I'm going to work on that, and next time we will actually finish the series. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Didn't get to the point where I wanted to, but I figure we're going to want to, you know, go kill things with the Sword of the Cosmos. We can open a bunch of, like, chance cubes and all that kind of fun stuff. I don't know that we'll actually use any of the creative items other than the tank that we're currently using. Because I don't really care too much. I mean, MagnaCraft power, we could do MagnaCraft stuff with it if we wanted to. But I don't really care enough, so probably won't. We don't need power. But yeah, so we have a lot of work to do. And we'll come back next time and finish this series off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!